My name is Maya, and until I was 15 years old, I never spoke a single word. I was born in a small mountain village. My parents were poor farmers who worked hard every day in the fields. They loved me very much, but they didn't understand why I never talked. When I was a baby, doctors said there was nothing physically wrong with me. My ears worked perfectly. My throat was fine. My tongue was normal. But I just didn't speak. Maybe she will talk when she's ready, the doctors said. But years passed. I turned 5, then 10, then 15. Still, no words came from my mouth. Other children in the village thought I was strange. They called me the silent girl. They didn't play with me. They laughed at me. Teachers didn't know how to teach me. They thought I was stupid. But I wasn't stupid. Inside my head, I had thousands of words. I had thoughts, feelings, dreams, and ideas. I understood everything people said. I could read and write beautifully. But speaking? That was impossible for me. My mother cried about me every night. Why won't my daughter talk? What did I do wrong? She would sob. My father tried to be strong. She's special. God has a plan for her, he would say. But I could see the sadness in his eyes too. The only person who really understood me was my grandmother. She was old and wise, with silver hair and gentle eyes. Maya, you don't need words to communicate love, she would say, holding my hand. Your eyes speak volumes. Your smile is a language. Your kindness is louder than any voice. Grandmother taught me to express myself in other ways. I learned to paint. My paintings showed my feelings, the loneliness, the frustration, the beauty I saw in the world. I also learned to write. I filled notebook after notebook with stories, poems, and thoughts. Writing became my voice. But deep inside, I had a secret dream. A dream I never told anyone, not even grandmother. I dreamed of singing. Yes, singing. The girl who couldn't speak wanted to sing more than anything in the world. It seemed like the cruelest joke God could play on someone. Every night, I would stand by my window and watch the stars. In my head, I would sing the most beautiful songs. Songs about the mountains, about love, about hope. But my lips never moved. My throat never made a sound. One day, when I was 15, everything changed. It was a hot summer afternoon. I was sitting under a tree near our house, painting a picture of the mountains. Suddenly, I heard the most beautiful music I had ever heard in my life. Someone was playing a guitar and singing. I looked up and saw a young man walking down the road. He was about 20 years old, with dark hair and kind eyes. He carried a guitar on his back and a small bag in his hand. He was singing a song about traveling, about searching for something, about never giving up hope. His voice was clear and powerful, filled with emotion. I was mesmerized. I had never heard anyone sing like that before. The young man saw me staring at him. He smiled and walked over. "Hello," he said. "I'm Alex. I'm a traveling musician. I go from village to village, playing music for people. What's your name?" I just looked at him. I wanted to answer, but I couldn't. He waited for a moment, then noticed my painting. "Wow, that's beautiful. Did you paint this?" I nodded. "You're very talented. Are you shy?" he asked gently. I shook my head. He looked confused. Then my mother came out of the house. "She can't speak," my mother explained sadly. "She's never spoken a single word in her life. She can hear and understand, but she can't talk." Alex looked at me with interest, not pity. That was different. Most people looked at me with pity or confusion. "Can't speak or chooses not to speak?" he asked, looking directly into my eyes. That question shocked me. No one had ever asked that before. My mother was confused. "What do you mean?" "She's tried to speak. She just can't. With your permission, may I stay in your village for a few days? I'd like to get to know your daughter. I think I might be able to help her," Alex said. My parents were suspicious. "Help her? How? Are you a doctor?" "No, I'm not a doctor. But I've traveled to many places and met many people. I've learned that sometimes, the body can do things we think are impossible, if we find the right key to unlock them," Alex explained mysteriously. My parents didn't really understand, but they agreed. Alex could stay in our extra room for 1 week. That evening, Alex sat on our porch and played his guitar. He sang song after song. I sat nearby, listening to every note, every word. When he finished, he turned to me. Maya, your mother told me you love music. Is that true? I nodded eagerly. Do you wish you could sing? He asked. Tears filled my eyes. I nodded again. I thought so. I can see it in your eyes. There's a song trapped inside you, desperate to come out. Am I right? How did he know? How could this stranger understand what no one else had understood in 15 years? I grabbed my notebook and wrote. Yes. I dream of singing every single night. But I can't. I'm broken. Alex read my words and shook his head firmly. No, Maya. You're not broken. You're locked. And I'm going to help you find the key. The next morning, Alex began what he called the voice journey. Maya, I believe your voice is there. It's just scared to come out. We need to teach it that it's safe, he said. He started with simple exercises. First, let's work on breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose. I did. Now breathe out slowly through your mouth. I did that too. Good. Now, I want you to try something. When you breathe out, try to make any sound at all. Not a word. Not even a recognizable sound. Just noise. Air moving through your vocal cords. Can you try? I tried. I breathed out. But nothing happened except silent air. That's okay. Let's try again. Don't think about it too much. Just breathe and relax, Alex encouraged. We tried for an hour. Nothing. My mother watched from the window, shaking her head sadly. It's hopeless. She's been like this her whole life. But Alex didn't give up. Every day he worked with me. Breathing exercises. Humming exercises. Relaxation techniques. Maya, I think your silence isn't physical. It's emotional. Something happened when you were very young that made you lock your voice away. Do you remember anything like that? He asked one day. I thought hard. Then suddenly a memory came back. A memory I had buried deep inside. I was 3 years old. My parents had been fighting, screaming at each other terribly. My father was very angry. My mother was crying. They were talking about leaving each other. About me being the reason they were unhappy. About how hard life was. I had started to cry and call out, Mama, Papa. But my father had yelled, be quiet. Just be quiet for once. That was the last time I tried to speak. I wrote this memory in my notebook and showed Alex. He read it carefully, his eyes sad. Maya, you were just a baby. You didn't understand. Your parents were stressed, but it wasn't your fault. They love you. Do you understand that now? I nodded, but tears rolled down my face. That little 3-year-old girl got scared. She thought speaking caused pain. So she stopped. She locked her voice away to protect everyone. But Maya, you're not 3 anymore. You're 15. Strong and brave. It's time to unlock that voice. For 2 weeks, Alex worked with me every single day. We did breathing exercises. We did visualization exercises where I imagined my voice as a bird locked in a cage. Picture the cage door opening, Maya. See the bird flying free, Alex would say. Some days, I felt hopeless. I wanted to give up. But Alex never gave up on me. Every journey has difficult moments. The people who succeed aren't the people who never struggle. They're the people who keep going even when it's hard. My grandmother would sit with us during the lessons. She's right on the edge. I can feel it, she would say. On the 15th day, something amazing happened. Alex and I were sitting on the hillside, watching the sunset. He was playing his guitar softly, singing a gentle song about hope. Suddenly, I felt something inside my throat. It was strange, like something was moving, waking up after a long sleep. Alex noticed my expression change. Maya, are you okay? I put my hand on my throat. The feeling was getting stronger. Just breathe, Maya. Don't force anything. Just let it happen, Alex said quietly. I closed my eyes. I thought about everything. My silent years, the loneliness, the dreams of singing, Alex's kindness, my parents' love, my grandmother's wisdom. And then, from somewhere deep inside me, a sound came out. Ah. It was quiet and shaky, but it was a sound. A real, actual sound from my throat. Alex's eyes went wide. Maya, did you just... I tried again. Ah. This time it was a little louder. Tears started pouring down my face. I was making sounds. After 15 years of silence, my voice was waking up. Keep going, Maya. You're doing it. Alex encouraged. Owie. I made different sounds, experimenting with my voice like a baby learning to talk for the first time. Alex started laughing and crying at the same time. You're incredible. Keep going. My parents and grandmother heard the commotion and came running. What's happening? My mother asked frantically. Listen, Alex said, grinning. I looked at my mother. I opened my mouth. And for the first time in 15 years, I said a word. Mama. My mother's face went completely white. She staggered backward. My father caught her. Did she just? Did our daughter just? She couldn't finish the sentence. Mama, I said again, clearer this time. My voice was rough and strange sounding from lack of use, but it was there. My mother ran to me and hugged me so tight I could barely breathe. She was sobbing uncontrollably. My baby is talking. Thank you, God. Thank you. My father was crying too. The first time I'd ever seen him cry. My grandmother was smiling with tears streaming down her face. That night, no one in our house slept. I practiced speaking. Simple words at first. Papa. Grandma. Hello. Thank you. Each word was a miracle. My throat hurt from the effort, but I didn't care. I was speaking. By morning, I could say simple sentences. I am Maya. I love you. I am happy. Over the next month, I practiced speaking every single day. My voice got stronger and clearer. I talked to everyone, my parents, neighbors, shopkeepers. I had 15 years of words to catch up on. But speaking wasn't enough for me. I still had my bigger dream. I wanted to sing. Alex, will you teach me to sing? I asked one day. It still felt strange to hear words coming out of my mouth. I was waiting for you to ask, he said with a smile. Let's begin. Singing was harder than speaking. Speaking uses a normal voice. Singing requires control, breath support, hitting the right notes. Your voice is like a muscle that hasn't been used, Alex explained. It will take time to strengthen it. But I believe in you, Maya. You've already done the impossible once. You can do it again. We started with simple scales. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, I do. My voice cracked and wavered. It sounded terrible at first. But I didn't give up. Every day I practiced for hours. Scales, breathing, simple melodies. Alex was a patient teacher. Good. That's better. Try it again. Relax your throat more. Slowly, very slowly, my voice improved. After 2 months, I could sing simple songs. After 4 months, I could sing more complex melodies. My voice wasn't perfect. It wasn't professional. But it was mine, and it was beautiful to me. One day Alex said, Maya, I think you're ready to perform. Perform? In front of people. I was terrified. Yes. The village is having a festival next week. I'm going to perform, and I want you to sing with me. One song. You and me together, he said. But what if I fail? What if my voice stops working again? I worried. Then we'll deal with it. But Maya, you've come so far. Don't let fear stop you now. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's doing things even when you're afraid. I thought about it for days. Finally, I agreed. The day of the village festival arrived. The entire village gathered in the town square. There was food, games, dancing, and a stage for performances. Everyone knew about me, the silent girl who had started speaking. They were curious to see me. Alex performed first. He sang 3 songs and the crowd loved him. Then he announced, "For my final performance, I'd like to invite someone very special to join me. Please welcome Maya." My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would explode. My hands were shaking. My legs felt weak. But I walked onto that stage. The crowd went silent. Everyone stared at me. Some looked curious. Some looked doubtful. Some looked supportive. I saw my parents in the front row. My mother was crying already. My father gave me an encouraging nod. My grandmother blew me a kiss. Alex began playing his guitar. The song was one we had practiced many times, a simple, beautiful song about finding hope in darkness. He sang the first verse. His voice was confident and strong. Then it was my turn. I opened my mouth. For one terrible second, nothing came out. I panicked. Had I lost my voice again? But then I looked at Alex. He smiled at me with such confidence, such belief. I took a deep breath. I closed my eyes. And I sang. Though the night is dark and long, I will find the strength to carry on. In my heart, there's still a song, and tomorrow I'll be strong. My voice was quiet at first, uncertain. But as I sang, something magical happened. I felt free. All the years of silence, all the loneliness, all the pain, it all came out through that song. And transformed into something beautiful. My voice grew stronger. I opened my eyes and saw the crowd. Some people had tears running down their faces. Others were smiling. Everyone was completely silent, listening. I sang the chorus with Alex, our voices blending together. I will find my voice. I will make my choice, to live, to love, to be free. This is the song of me. When the song ended, there was silence for a moment. Then the entire village erupted in applause. People were cheering, crying, clapping. Some gave a standing ovation. My mother and father rushed onto the stage and hugged me. The whole village surrounded us, congratulating me, telling me how brave I was, how beautiful my voice was. That night, everything changed for me. I wasn't the silent girl anymore. I was Maya, the girl who found her voice. After the festival, Alex prepared to leave our village. His journey needed to continue to other places. "Thank you for everything," I told him. "You changed my life. You gave me my voice." "No, Maya. I didn't give you anything. Your voice was always there. I just helped you find the courage to use it. You did the hard work," he said. "What will I do now?" I asked. "I can speak and sing, but I don't know what comes next." Alex thought for a moment. "Maya, you have a gift. Not just your voice but your story. Think about how many people in the world are silent. Not physically silent like you were, but emotionally silent. People who are too scared to express themselves, too afraid to share their thoughts and feelings, too worried about what others will think. You can help them. You can show them that it's never too late to find your voice. That's your purpose, Maya. That's why you went through all of this." His words planted a seed in my mind. After Alex left, I thought deeply about what he said. He was right. I had a story that could help others. I started small. I began teaching music to children in the village, especially the shy, quiet ones who reminded me of myself. "It's okay to be scared," I would tell them. "But don't let fear silence you forever. Your voice matters. Your song matters." I also started writing about my experience. I wrote about the 15 years of silence, about finding Alex, about the journey to speaking and singing. My mother sent my story to a newspaper. They published it. Soon, other newspapers wanted to interview me. The silent girl who found her song became a story that spread across the country. Schools invited me to speak to students. I traveled to different cities, sharing my story, encouraging young people to find their voices. "You all have something important to say," I would tell them. "Don't let fear or doubt or other people's opinions silence you. The world needs your voice. The world needs your song." 3 years passed. I was 18 years old now. My life had transformed completely. I had written a book about my journey. It became a bestseller. Thousands of people wrote to me, saying my story had inspired them to overcome their own fears. I had started a foundation called Find Your Voice that helped children with speech difficulties, children who were too shy to express themselves, and children from difficult backgrounds who felt voiceless. I also continued singing. I performed at events, at schools, at conferences. My voice had become strong and beautiful. I wasn't a professional singer, but I was good enough to touch people's hearts. But the most incredible thing happened one spring day. I was preparing for a concert in the city when I received a phone call. "Is this Maya?" a woman's voice asked. "Yes, this is Maya," I replied. Speaking still felt wonderful to me, even after 3 years. "My name is Dr. Sarah Chun. I'm a psychologist specializing in selective mutism. People who can speak but choose not to because of trauma or anxiety. I've read your story. Maya, what you experienced was selective mutism caused by childhood trauma. You're one of the few people who has completely overcome it. Would you be willing to work with me? I want to develop a program based on your journey to help other children like you." I was stunned. My experience could actually help create a real psychological treatment program? Yes, of course. I'd be honored, I said. Over the next year, I worked with Dr. Chun and other doctors. We developed a program combining music therapy, breathing exercises, emotional counseling, and confidence building, all based on the methods Alex had used with me. The program was called The Voice Journey. We tested it with 50 children who had selective mutism. The results were amazing. 38 of the 50 children started speaking within 6 months. By the end of 1 year, 45 were speaking regularly. It worked. My journey was actually helping other silent children find their voices. Newspapers wrote about the program. Medical journals published studies about it. I was invited to speak at conferences around the world. My parents couldn't believe it. Our silent daughter is now traveling the world, teaching others to speak, my father said with pride. My grandmother, now very old, held my hand one day and said, "I always knew you were special. I always knew God had a plan for your silence. Look what your pain has become. It's become a gift to the world." 5 years after Alex had left our village, I received a letter. It was from him. "Dear Maya," it said, "I've been following your journey in the newspapers. I'm so proud of you. You've taken what I taught you and multiplied it 1,000 times. You're not just singing your own song anymore. You're helping others find theirs. That's the true meaning of success. I'm performing in your city next month. Would you like to meet? I'd love to hear you sing again. Your friend Alex." I wrote back immediately. "Dear Alex, I would love to see you again. You changed my life. I need to thank you properly. Maya." The day of our reunion arrived. We met at a small cafe. Alex looked the same, maybe a little older, but with the same kind eyes and warm smile. "Maya, you look wonderful," he said, hugging me. "Alex, I owe you everything. You gave me my voice back," I said. "And you've given voices to hundreds of others. That makes me happier than anything," he replied. We talked for hours. I told him about the foundation, the book, the treatment program, everything. "Alex, why did you help me that day? Why did a stranger care so much about a silent girl in a small village?" I asked. He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Maya, when I was young I was silent too. Not physically, I could speak. But emotionally, I was afraid to express myself, afraid to pursue my dream of being a musician. Everyone said it was impossible, that I should get a real job. I almost gave up my voice, my true self, to make others happy. But one day, an old musician heard me playing guitar alone. He encouraged me to pursue my dream. He told me, 'The world needs your song. Don't silence yourself.' That man saved my life by giving me permission to be myself. When I saw you that day, painting under the tree, I saw the same thing in your eyes that I had once felt, a song desperate to come out. I couldn't walk past you. I had to help, just like someone once helped me. I understood now. Alex had helped me because someone had once helped him. And now I was helping others because Alex had helped me. It was a beautiful circle of kindness, growing bigger and bigger. Alex, would you do me an honor? Would you perform with me at my concert tonight? Like old times? I asked. I would love to, he said, smiling. That evening, the concert hall was packed. Over 1,000 people had come. I walked onto the stage, and the crowd applauded. But then I did something I'd never done before. Thank you all for coming. Before I sing, I want to tell you something. 5 years ago, I was completely silent. I hadn't spoken a single word in 15 years. I felt broken, hopeless, alone. But someone believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. Someone showed me that my voice mattered. Tonight, I want you to meet that person. Please welcome Alex. Alex walked onto the stage looking surprised. The crowd applauded even louder. Alex, this is your song too. Will you sing with me? I asked. Together, we sang the same song we had performed 5 years ago at the village festival. The song about finding hope in darkness. But this time, something magical happened. In the middle of the song, I stopped singing and spoke to the audience. Everyone here has a voice. Everyone here has a song. And right now, I want to hear it. If you've ever felt voiceless, if you've ever been told your thoughts don't matter, if you've ever been silenced by fear or doubt or other people, this is your moment. Sing with us. I started the chorus again. Alex joined in. And then one by one people in the audience started singing too. Quietly at first, then louder. Some people were crying as they sang. Others were smiling. Some were singing off-key, but it didn't matter. Within a minute, the entire concert hall was singing together. I will find my voice, I will make my choice to live, to love, to be free. This is the song of me. 1,000 voices, all different, all unique, all beautiful, singing together as one. I looked at Alex. He was crying. I was crying too. This was it. This was what my silence had been for. Not punishment, not curse, but preparation for this moment, when I could help others find the courage to use their voices. After the concert, hundreds of people waited to talk to me. They shared their stories. I've been too scared to speak up at work. But after tonight I will. I've hidden who I really am for years. But I'm done hiding. I have a dream I've been too afraid to pursue. But you've inspired me to try. My daughter doesn't speak. But now I have hope that she can. Each story was different. Each person had their own silence they needed to overcome. But they all had one thing in common. They had found courage from my story. Today, I am 25 years old. 10 years have passed since I spoke my first word. The Find Your Voice Foundation now operates in 20 countries. We've helped over 5,000 children overcome various forms of mutism and communication disorders. The Voice Journey program is now taught in medical schools and used by therapists worldwide. I've written 3 books. I give speeches around the world. I still sing at events and concerts. But my favorite thing is still the small, quiet moments. Like when a silent child speaks their first word after months of therapy, and their parents cry with joy. Like when a shy teenager performs on stage for the first time, and discovers they're braver than they thought. Like when someone emails me to say, "Your story gave me the courage to finally speak my truth." Those moments remind me why I went through 15 years of silence. Those moments make every difficult day worth it. My parents are older now, but healthy and happy. They run a small branch of my foundation in our village. My grandmother passed away 2 years ago, but her last words to me were, "You became the voice for those who have none." That's the most beautiful song of all. Alex is still traveling, still making music, still inspiring people. We stay in touch, and he performs at my foundation's events every year. And me? I wake up every morning and do something I never take for granted. I speak. I sing. I use my voice. Not just with words, but with actions. Every day, I try to be a voice for someone who needs one. Every day, I try to help someone find their song. Because I learned something important from my journey. We all have a voice. We all have a song. Sometimes that voice gets locked away by trauma, by fear, by pain, by other people's words. Sometimes we forget that we have something important to say. But it's always there, waiting. Waiting for the right moment, the right person, the right reason to come out. My silence taught me that voices are precious. They should never be wasted on gossip or cruelty or meaningless chatter. Use your voice for kindness. Use your voice for truth. Use your voice to lift others up. Use your voice to make the world a little bit better. That's the real song. That's the song we're all meant to sing. And if you're reading this feeling voiceless right now, feeling like no one cares what you have to say, I want you to know something. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Your song matters. The world is waiting to hear it. So take a deep breath. Open your mouth. And sing. Speech balloon discussion questions. What do you think caused Maya's silence? Was it really just that one moment when she was 3? Why was Alex able to help Maya when no one else could? Maya's silence became her strength. How can our weaknesses become our biggest gifts? What does finding your voice mean to you? Is it just about speaking? If you could sing one song to the world, what would it be about? Who has helped you find your voice in your life? How can you help someone else find their voice? Red Heart, your voice matters. Share your story in the comments below. Now that you've seen the whole story, we would really appreciate it if you rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments. Your thoughts help us improve and make sure we bring you the kind of stories you truly enjoy.